We go. I do believe. Indeed, and greetings unto ye, beloved and holy friends. It's always a dear pleasure having you here for these moments, for these opportunities for us to come together again and consider changing our minds. Changing our minds. A pretty tall order. Changing minds. It might even be impossible. I'm getting some glitches. Seems stable enough. I'll trust. Yeah, changing our minds. Today's stream topic was inspired by not something that you would normally consider mind changing. Right? You're like, I don't know what you're talking about yet, bro. Like, that's true. And in this changing of mind, the thing that I want to consider is how we have the ability to see things differently. Right? Not only as it relates to the psyche or the emotional or the perceptual, but literally as well. Right? For instance, there is this ability that human beings possess that can be called defocus. Right? If you soften your gaze and you look almost with both of your eyes forward instead of focusing them on points in your perception, right? There is this ability to defocus. And when you defocus, things change. At least for me, reality can take on an element of melting, can take an element of movement, of being alive, of being sensitive to my awareness, to say it in so many words. And it did feel today, as I was doing this in meditation, defocusing, it felt like I was changing reality, right? Or at least for me, changing the way I thought about reality in that moment, right? Changing my mind, changing my neurological makeup, changing the way I felt about the things I was looking at. And I thought about that. I thought about that a lot. Did some yoga. That is, in a way, a practice of change, right? Where you keep moving from one pose to the next. Doing one thing involved in the process of change. So much change! So much! Oh, change! Oh, change! Oh, change! Oh, change! Oh, change! We got him! We got him! Eat him! Talk about a change of pace. Don't like what you're seeing? Have you tried changing your mind? That sounds so insensitive, but like, if you think about with a changed mind, if you think about with a changed mind, yeah, you have a changed reality. You're right, Joe. And I'm not trying to share today's stream topic from a place of insensitivity, right? Because I am just as aware as all of you friends about all the goings on in the world right now. All right, and to say it in Joe's words, I can't say that I like what I'm seeing always. All right, can't say that I particularly like it. But in that capacity, in my ability to not like it, there's also my ability to change my mind. Right? Change my mind about what it is I'm doing with my focus. Change my mind about what it is I believe is important. This little baby dog got new ticks. I need to do something about it. Oh, you sweetie sweeties. Oh, you sweeties. Oh, you sweeties. Oh, sweetie sweeties. Jessie. That looked like it could hurt. Changing our minds. And liking or not liking what it is we're seeing. It's going to be hard for my mind to change whether or not I like extreme shenanigans in my immediate vicinity. It's not that I just dislike it, right? But my mind was changed. For a while there, I would, and I did for a few times, like take them away from me. I would go and put them somewhere else so that I don't have to deal with this happening directly next to me. Oops, sorry about that. And we did that a few times, right? But I changed my mind. And I'm still bothered. I'm still just as bothered by this shenanigans, but I cannot be bothered by the shenanigans. Maybe you can watch them for me while I get my Dynavap out. Playing a casual game of bite face. I have been especially present with my changing mind. And it's not like my mind has changed that much, but the way in which my mind has changed seems to be very interesting to me. Maybe we can pivot our conversation a little bit in that direction. All right, is that mind changes always happen. Pretty much always. People always change their minds. But what makes people change their minds, I think, is something that's a little bit more interesting, right? Something worthy of our discussion. So let's do something like this. We'll pick one of the more advanced models, and then we'll ask. Me and my friends are discussing change and changing minds. And I find that it is a power of the human being to be able to change their mind. And even though I feel like that's pretty well known and might not be that interesting as a discussion, I would like to talk about the things that make us change our minds. To think about the things that help us change our minds. And we were definitely talking about this topic of changing your mind as it relates to the lens that applies focus to mind sometimes in order to defocus psychologically or physically so. Oh, let's see what it says. Maybe we'll get some interest. This one does take a little bit of a longer time. It's reasoning. It's reflecting on change. It's investigating minds. It's reframing perspectives. It's trying another way. It's shifting perspectives again. It's shifting focus. It's highlighting psychological issues. It's assessing adolescent behavior, navigating psychological traits, shifting perspectives, enhancing adaptability, identifying factors. You see, like they did all of those things. Is that Sam? Hey, Sam. We've been praying for you and sending you love. People will always change their minds. I can hear you, you know. You don't think people will always change their minds, Sam? I've seen you change your mind. I think. Looking at the world with don't know mind, through the eyes of curiosity rather than judgment or criticism, changes the way we see things, which changes the way we act towards them, which changes their inner world, and in turn, the world changes. That's beautifully said, Sean. Changing the way we see things is how the world changes at large. I'm saving all of these lines for my neurons to remember. Yeah, and we got a big piece of information here as well. I've seen you change your mind. The fuck you have. Sam, I'm pretty sure when we just started connecting, having a child wasn't really on your bucket list or on your short list of to-dos. To do in the next 2 years, have child. I'm pretty sure that wasn't a part of your mind. All right. And then things changed. And so did you. Checkmate. I'll win. Yes, winning. You're not pregnant anymore, Sam. So now I can poke the bear too. I love you. I hope that's always clear. And this thing has let me know that I'm touching on a really rich subject here. Thank you very much, Sam. The AI said so, so it must be true. Which involves a blend of cognitive, emotional, and societal factors. Here are some ideas to consider as you and your friends explore this topic. First is first is an exposure to new information. And I'm willing to agree, I'm willing to admit, I'm willing to concede the fact that some people won't change their mind despite having been exposed to new information. All right. So just in that alone, yeah, that's a yikes. Okay. Well, I am I am wrong. You have changed my mind. There you go. There you go, Sam. Point proven. Some point was being proved. Love is true. Often change, encountering something new. This might be a piece of evidence, a different perspective, or a novel experience that challenges our existing beliefs. When our current understanding no longer fits the new information, we might adjust our viewpoint to resolve the discrepancy. Yeah. Love is true is one of those, right? I keep getting new information. I keep encountering pieces of evidence, different perspectives, or novel experiences that challenge my old beliefs. And again, I want to make it clear that it is also something you almost have to like continue to readjust. Melinda Sue, cute puppies, aren't they? Now there's even more of them. So many puppies in the background. There's Eva. She's a Mexican hairless, and there's Yuri. He's like a Jack Russell slash Corgi crossing. Then there's Pippi, which is like Jack Russell slash Chihuahua potentially. And then there's Kobe, who I can't see in the background right now. He's also a Jack Russell. So yeah, changing our minds. Not always exposure to new information. Then, the second point that's to be made is the one for cognitive dissonance. Jeez. That'll do, sir. Cognitive dissonance. When our actions or our experience conflict with our beliefs, we experience what psychologists call cognitive dissonance. To alleviate this discomfort, we sometimes change our beliefs or attitudes. For example, if you realize that a habit you thought was harmless is causing harm, the tension between your self image and the reality of the situation might motivate a change in behavior or perspective. Sure. I feel like this stream topic is so balanced, so neutral, right? And people, I think there's a word there for information, right? And you might be cognitively dissonant, and you can know that. And instead of changing your behaviors, you might double down on it, rebolstering your ego because that might feel safer in the moment. The third point to be made is emotional shifts and personal experiences. Emotions strongly influence our thinking. A significant emotional event, whether positive or negative, can lead to a reappraisal of our priorities or beliefs. If something that used to seem acceptable suddenly invokes a strong emotional response, that might that shift might prompt you to consider your stance on that issue. Mm. Emotional shifts and personal experiences. That's such a big deal, right? Talking about changing minds. We've talked about socialism in some ways, right? But every single time I have talked about socialism in some capacity, right? That there is no one way to do things, right? There's always going to be a spectrum. And the spectrum that I envision is that we as a society and as a species basically get things right. We change our minds about what we prioritize, and we ensure that people have access to transportation and housing and medical care and food and education as well. Right? And again, food delivery as a service eventually can be accessible through our technology. Education can be accessible through our technology. Right now, low level, but eventually high level medicine will be accessible through our technology. Housing is still going to be a little bit difficult, right? Because the tech to build houses, like, I mean, we can 3D print stuff now, but still, it's not perfect. For me, the perfect tech for housing would be a robot that shows up on site and then just eats the dirt that is there and then builds buildings. Right? Keeps eating deeper and builds higher, and then pads the insides with more building as well. The deeper and deeper it goes, the more building you have. Right? We don't have building tech like that right now, but eventually, even that, through technology, living will be accessible as well. Transportation, also technically accessible through our technology already, right? With like something like Uber. So yeah, technology is supposed to make everything cheaper. And maybe we won't be able to escape capitalism. But maybe we'll implement systems, right? Allow capitalism to continue existing. Because again, it's not a matter of whether we let it continue or not. It's people, much bigger players than us, that have that decision-making power, right? But maybe we can advocate for ourselves loud enough that there are systems that arise despite the capitalism continuing. We're gonna have to go and mine asteroids and stuff, right? Maybe that is the objective. Is that the objective? Yes, geez, who knows even? Let me check something real quick. Oopsie. Okay, now something has been checked, but all is fine. More points to be made. Social. No, I didn't technically. Did I? No, I did. Yeah, I did read the emotional shifts and personal experiences. Ow! You freaking! I'm getting like caught up in the battles here. I'm getting bit as well. So much getting absolutely yeeted onto bricks. I'll continue to read. Social influence and shared narratives. Maybe this is what I was meaning. Maybe this is what I was getting at with the whole advocating for ourselves, right? Social influence and shared narratives. Our interactions with others also shape our viewpoint. Conversations, shared experiences, or observing how people we admire handle similar issues can provide alternative lenses through which to view a situation. In many ways, the opinions and behaviors of those around us act as a mirror, reflecting aspects of our own thinking that we might not have considered before. What I have not considered before? What a loaded question. But again, that's the social influence and shared narrative that I need from you. Clearly, the answer to getting caught in dog battles is to bite back. I think they do want me to, like, play along, but I'm busy right now. My focus needs to be directed in some direction. Narratives and social influences. What is the narrative that I actively show up for? Love is true. All right, that's the one that instantly screamed out, Mr. Merkaba, it's nice having you, Luke. Love is true. That is the shared narrative that we're showing up for. And in that shared narrative, we are actively and every single day showing up for some sort of theme. All right. Today's theme being changing our minds. What a changed mind looks like. What the world looks like to a changed mind. Right? And you, friends, have brought perspective into my life, and I appreciate it greatly when you do. You have helped me consider things that I would never have, never have, and would never. Back and reflecting on why we hold certain beliefs, we can intentionally defocus from problematic thoughts or fixations. This process is similar to practices in mindfulness, where recognizing and letting go of unhelpful thought patterns can lead to a shift in perspective and ultimately a change of mind. What perspective am I stuck in that needs changing? Oi! Kobe, stop that. Stop that. I said stop that. I said stop that. I'm gonna have to keep pushing his face away. He's making a hole in the ground. Ah, the creatures and the perspectives they let us consider. Metacognition. You think there's any metacognition happening in them? Probably not. Hey, Pao Jiao. They probably don't think about what they're thinking about. All right. Like that dog is chewing on grass right now. Hey, what did I say? Yeah, that's what I thought. Creatures. Joe, it's nice having you. We're talking about changing the mind, and we've been going down a little list of all of the ways in which minds change and all of the factors that influence it. We're on the last point right now, and it goes psychological growth and flexibility can be another way to change the mind. As we evolve, our time. I mean, I don't know if this sentence is correct, but I'll read it as it is written. As we evolve our time, so do our values, priorities, and ways of thinking. Life experiences, especially challenging ones, can push us to re examine long held beliefs. The ability to change our minds is a sign of cognitive flexibility, a trait that helps us adapt to new circumstances and grow as individuals. That one I felt was pretty scattered in my mind in reading it. We will evolve. As we evolve our time, as we evolve our values, as we evolve our priorities, we will evolve our ways of thinking. Where life experiences, especially the challenging ones, can push us to re examine our long held beliefs. I feel like we're all probably going through that in one way or another as a species as well. That exactly. The reevaluating of long held, re examining of long held beliefs. The ability to change our minds is a sign of cognitive flexibility, a trait that helps us adapt to new circumstances and to grow as individuals. In essence, changing your mind isn't just about flipping a switch. It's a dynamic interplay between your internal thought process and the existing world. It allows you to recalibrate your focus, shifting away from what might be causing distress and open up to a new, potentially more beneficial way of seeing things. Changing our minds. I'm thinking about how my mind ought to be changed. What's the best way for my mind to change in this moment? How you feeling, mama? Hope all is well. Tired, yo. Baby speech is expanding his lungs. Baby screech is expanding his lungs in the wee hours of the night. And my sleep schedule is just fucking destroyed. He sleeps just fine for his grandmas, but starts shrieking the second they leave. Jeez. I am sorry to hear this, Sam. Loud means healthy lungs. Sorry for the fatigue. Hopefully you guys enter a more restful rhythm soon. These things do come in cycles as well. All right. You definitely are in the cycle of loud screeching. And we did have a few conversations about that as well, interestingly enough, Sam. Like in the days, I think just before your baby was born, we had a few conversations in stream about parenthood and about children and about how loud they are, disproportionately loud they are. Like the size package to a loud ratio seems impossible, and yet you're not sleeping because it's so loud. I'm so sorry. I'm sending you strength, and I'm sure things will change. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sam, things will change. You will change. You will change. Oh, I'm not changing, Mel. Starts to ream off, but I've never changed. Not even once did I change, even a little bit. I can accept that. Yeah. Loud means healthy lungs. I want to tell you to fuck off. I mean, what can you say? What can one say, Sam? What can one say except so it be? These freaking creatures. Right? Like they're not even babies, but their noises are also kissing me. Just non-stop shenanigans. Like when will there be rest? When will there be mercy? When will there be peace? There is moments, to be honest. There is moments where they just kind of liaise around, chillax a little bit. Oh, freaking mosquito! How dare you? How dare you touch me? I am so angry. I got grassed on by these creatures as well, it seems. Freaking mosquitoes. Oh my goodness. I am patient. I am calm. I did kill it. I'm happy about that, but it still got me. Still got me. I don't know if it got me good. We'll see. We'll know in a while. Love you a bunch. It's a blessing to hear that everyone came through the labor and is healthy. Big, big love. It's true. They're on the other side of this fractal. And that's important enough. Significant enough of a change. It is quite the experience. Labor went badly, but yes, we are technically alive. We are technically Alice. Yeah, I should have read. But I assumed you were talking about alive. We are technically Alice. Okay. How did that happen? After surviving, the doctor was like, "You are now Alice, and welcome to the Wonderland." Bad joke. Sorry. Bless you, Sam. You are alive. You are here. The baby is alive. Baby is here. You don't have to share more details with us if you don't want to, but we can call that a good thing, right? We can be like, yes, successfully made babies. I'm just tripping out about the freaking mosquitoes. Everything is Alice. I like the term everything is Alice for saying it's all good. You said that? Everything is Alice? I've never heard anybody say that. I've heard people say everything is A-okay. Maybe that's where Alice comes from. Because there's an A. I'm stretching here. I'm grasping. I'm thinking about the freaking mosquitoes' existence again. Maybe that's in part why I hate them so much. How dare you, another one of them try? How dare you? How fucking dare you? No, I didn't kill that one. unfortunately. Oh, it drives me insane. I think that's the benefit of living in a place that's super cold, so the mosquitoes can't breed there. You don't have to share more details. I would, but it did go very poorly, and I don't want to scare Zano if she's lurking. I hear you. Yeah. Bearing a child is a dangerous affair. And within the next 10 years, there will probably be alternatives to bearing a child yourself. 10 years might sound like an absurd number, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 10 years. And we will have access to artificial wombs, vat babies. And I don't know if that is wrong. Especially when I hear stuff like this, where I'm like, oh yeah, childbirth is not a walk in the park. People die, literally. People die bringing children into this world. That's rough, Sam. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. That makes me happy to know that everyone is Alice. Everyone is alive. I'm glad you're still here. Exactly. Those are the things that we get to focus on, that we get to give our focus to, right? Bringing it all the way back to today's stream topic of how things change, right? There could have been a small change in either way, and you could have ceased to be, or you could have lost the baby, or you could have, all of these could have. I can see the mosquitoes looking for me. I'll kill you, bro. You'll die. I promise. You will have to die. They're so small. Their hitbox is impossibly small. And mine is so big. They're sneaking up on me. I can feel it. They're freaking conspiring. The world needs your analytical perspective in these tough times. Love is true. I see Louisiana here too. Bless you, friend. Thank you for sharing some of your presence with us. If I look distracted, it's because the mosquitoes are out to get me. Yeah. The new mosquito bite I acquired isn't itching that much. Thank goodness. Don't know about the ones that haven't found me yet, though. The time spent growing inside of mom is hugely important. I believe so too, Luke. But I don't think it has to be something that's completely devoid, right? Like, we can still basically equip the mom and the dad with microphones, if you will, and put all of those frequencies of their beingness, of their existence, of their movements into that artificial womb as well, right? Again, it's a matter of, I feel, convenience and safety, right? Convenience maybe is going to be the real driver, but safety is going to be the excuse. And we're going to do that. What's that? What's making that sound? What's making that sound, huh? Oh, what's making that sound? In this thing? Christian's making that sound. It's Christian. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Got him, I got him. You wanna come out here? No, 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 no. You're my prisoner now. You're my prisoner of cuteness. I'm gonna absorb all of your cute. Yeah, give me all of your cutiness. Is that Christian? Yeah, yeah. What's up, motherfucker? I was just talking about the fact that you're sending me messages, so I haven't read your messages yet. But you wanna tell me what you said? You can say hi to our friends. Ow! Little sharp nails. The the little ones are worse because you can see them, because you can't see them sneaking up on you. Yeah, exactly. What's up? I'm getting blasted by tiny mosquitoes too, little monsters. At some point, I'll evolve the psychic pressure to make them spontaneously combust when they enter my auric field. Yes. My anger will reach a critical level where it creates a field around me that singes them to death. All mosquitoes will die. Hey, Christian, I might be old and outdated, but I see simplicity as progress. Simplicity as progress. We're talking, Christian, about change, about changing our minds. And we have, by the extent of this conversation, now reached the conversation about artificial wombs and how I believe that's going to be a thing pretty much in the next 10 years. Right? There will be womb babies, artificial womb babies born within the next 10 years. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, right? And that is something that's going to be very polarizing. I think that's a good word, all right? And we're going to have our minds changed about it. Some of us might be pro womb babies, artificial womb babies. Some of us might be against it. Some of us might find ourselves changing our minds as time continues. I'm a firm supporter of AT babies. I'm also a firm supporter of AT babies. And this is not us being firm supporters of all of the dystopian horror that can come of AT babies. This is us being in support of the ability to have AT babies, right? If a same-sex couple wants to have a child, they can do that with a VAT as well, right? Oh, Melt, but what about all of the unhoused children on the world right now? Yeah, fair point. Also, people don't always want to adopt. People want their own kids. Hey, what are you two doing? What are you two doing? You're just digging? You're just digging in the yard and stuff? There's no treasure. There's just destruction for you to find. Freaking creatures. No chill whatsoever, ever in these creatures. Comments are loading again. Loading. Loading. Oh, there we go. I was saying my bad for being busy and leaving you on red. It's okay. It's okay, bro. I didn't realize, like, technically, I was busy with all of the other things. Busy with these things. Look at that. Yassi, these things have no mercy. I'm a firm supporter of that, baby. Save our women the pain of childbirth. We were just talking. Sam recently had a child, and from what I can surmise, there was pain. So if we can save our women the pain of childbirth, then we ought to, right? The whole dragon fractal. Pippi is sniffing me. Right? If there was a big dragon that lived on top of all of us, right, and it eats us sporadically every now and then, and all of us have accepted that this dragon is just a part of life, and this dragon can be an analogy for death, by the way. And then we figure out a way. We make some sort of potion that kills the dragon once and for all. Some people will feel that's deplorable. How dare you? How dare you take natural childbirth from a woman? How dare you take death from my grandpa? Right? But again, like, what are we advocating for? Are we advocating for more pain and more death? If so, then it makes sense to shun all technological progress as it relates to what we would consider the unnatural. But again, it's not natural for you to know how to use one of these things. It's not natural for you to wear clothing. All right? It's not natural. It's not natural for us to have interspecies relationships. Technically, is it? Is it natural? You think that's natural for an open face, a maw to be this close to mine? Yeah, yeah. Congratulations, Sam. You're a miracle maker, having given her body as a portal for life to enter our world. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Well. There we go. A petons overload has been reached and space has been created. You want to get petons too? Pepe doesn't want to get caught. Let me catch you. Come on, let me catch you. Come on. Come on, let me catch you. Come on. You should come all the way here. Come all the way here so I can catch you. Yeah, Kobe gets what it's about. Come here. Let me catch you, Pepe. Come on. Yeah, I got her. Got her. Got her. Catching her. Yeah. Yeah, Pepe is now Pepe's turn to be caught. No. Kobe is saving Pepe. No, I'll save you. All right. I'm pro InQ babies, but hope natural babies don't fall off. Man, that'd be nice. Save our women. Yeah, exactly. Congratulations, Sam. Again, blessings. Many ladies want to produce, spawn the natural way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Having the option for other means is nice, though. Exactly. Right? We as human beings have been developing technology to give ourselves more options. That has been the point this whole time, I believe. So I think you're kind of right in that way as well. Like some people will always do it the natural way, right? There will be a whole subset of humanity that are appalled by the ability to not do it the natural way, and they will do it the natural way extra just to be holier than thou. If I were a woman, I'd be extremely happy to be able to choose. Exactly. I'm glad I got to grow my kid in my tummy, but I absolutely support others' right to do it whatever way they prefer. Yeah. I mean, like surrogate mothers is a thing as well, right? Where another woman grows your child in her body, literally, right? And if that's a thing, and that child can still form an attached relationship to the mother, I don't think anything can take that away. The only thing that can take your attachment from your child away is if you, while raising them, treat them like something dispensable, right? Treat them like something not valuable. Right? And that's all you don't have to do. And people have kids the natural way and still do that to their kids. And big surprise, a relationship doesn't remain in that case. Thanks, bud. Though, as someone who has to have their 7-pound miracle pulled out by a car crash victim, I do wish there were an easier way to remove them once fully baked. Yeah. C-section. They listened to me when I was admitted. Yeah, Sam. More statistic, more number to the statistic of women not being taken seriously or listened to. What streak are you maintaining? I'm maintaining a daily live streaming streak, MoBlazer. I like your username. So every single day for the last 1,497 and 96 and 97 and 97 days. Yeah, I've been streaming every single day. It's been quite a time. And if you are here right now for the first time, join us, subscribe. I live in South Africa. I stream mostly from South Africa, and I'll share my world with you. I'll share my animals with you. I'll share my perspectives. I'll share my hopes and dreams. I'll share my art. 1,497 days is crazy. Dude, damn. Yeah. If you want to check out all of my content, like it won't be available here on Twitch, unfortunately. But here's my channel, MeltMore. 1,370 subs, right? You could make that number go up right now. Did you know that? I still have like few enough subscribers that every single one of them matters to me. So nudge, nudge. And then on that fractal, right, if you go to my content and you go to my lives, you'll be able to see all of those thousands and thousands of days of my life. So many fractals, so many experiences shared, so many hopes and dreams communicated. It has been an experience. Thank you, Mo Blazer, for finding us. Really is a pleasure. Are you a part of the LGBTQIA community? I don't think I am. I'm not lesbian or gay or bi or trans or queer or I don't know what the I or and the A stands for. But a part of me wanted to say I'm not intelligent or articulate either. I'm not. I am just a regular man's, but I do have gay friends, right? And I support their being gayedness because they're my friends, despite them being gay or not. So I don't know if that answers your questions. Love is true is another way to share my perspective too. Sending you blessings, Mo Blazer. Doggos are cute. This is Pippi. She's my little girl. I my little girl. Yeah. I didn't sort of get you. So, to say it directly, I am not a part of the LGBT community because I'm not one of the things on the list. But unity by extension, as in I have friends who are in the community and I am in their community, then maybe, right? So I didn't want to say no, but I didn't want to say yes. So I gave you more information than I probably needed to. What breed is she? She's a Jack Russell. A little Jack Russell. No, he's actually gay. Christian. How do you know? How do you know, Christian? Suddenly, dun, spotlight goes right back on. Yikes! We'll have to trade war stories sometimes. My mind, unfortunately, just like I read the trade war and I was like, oh no, don't remind me. I had a dog once. He died 6 months ago. I'm sorry to hear that you lost your dog, Mo Blazer. That's not easy. What was your dog's name? Look at this little beetle. This is actually a meskrayer. You see how he has like a whole flat face up there? That flat face is made so he can like scoop up or push pieces of poop. And then he makes like a little bowl out of that piece of poop and then they lay their eggs in that big bowl. This is a very small one. Like, they usually get like that big. Like literally like this big. This one still has a lot of life left. Now suddenly Pippi is super interested. Yeah, it's a little miskrayer. Dung beetle. Yeah, that's the English. 1 week later, my friend got into an accident. Another week later, my girlfriend left me. Yeah, see, Mo Blazer. Can't imagine that's easy. My mind wants to go down the rabbit hole of, like, I want to make like the whole Bugs Bunny kind of joke, like, at least it can't get worse. And then, like, lightning strike and it starts raining on us. But in a way, it does seem like things can't get much worse. Another 2 weeks later, my school loses the soccer match because of my depression. Right? I mean, you see, like the scale is diminishing, right? Because again, losing your dog, that's horrible, and like that's final, right? Like dead. And you said your friend got into an accident, so I'm guessing he's not passed away. So that's less worse. And then your girlfriend left you, which again might not be very nice emotionally, but that's also less worse because if she was gonna leave you now or 5 years from now, now is better because at least you don't have to spend the next 5 years losing time or not growing potentially. And then the soccer game, that sucks again, but less bad. My exams go bad. But my parents helped me to get up and come out of the depression. That's awesome. That's very lucky, Mo Blazer. Not many people have parents that are actually willing to support them while they're going through stuff like that. Right? So boom. We're doing our bounce. We're going we're going right back up. Okay. Oh, Pippi, those sounds. She's eating grass. I just want all the ladies to know y'all are noticed, y'all are treasured, y'all are needed and admired and cared for. It might not seem. Do think this way. Thank you sincerely, Christian. Love is true. Melty's just a little strange. No, he's actually gay. For real. I'm kidding. Please don't crucify me. Guys, let's crucify Christian. He's literally born on 25th of December. So it's time for us to just like knock up that cross again, so we can forgive humanity's sins. So we can start on a clean slate. That's so fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna continue on that joke. I think the word you're looking for is ally. Yeah, ally. I'm an ally to the LGBT community. There we go. It would be. I was waiting for that. Unity by extension is a good way to describe it. Exactly. Right. It's like, yeah, like I don't have that much like personal dog in the race of the LGBT community. But because I have friends in this community, for me, it's by extension also a part of my problem, right? Something that affects me. Dung beetle, they're awesome. Is that a dung beetle? It's so cute. It is. Pippi is like, after I picked it up, Pippi has been like, dung beetle, interesting. Fine, I gotta go. Bye. Sorry for missing. I have a lot of messages to read, Mr. Moblazer. I do like meditating. They made sure I didn't get into drugs or weed. I'm happy to hear that, friend. Happy that your parents helped. Maybe we'll see you again, Moblazer. See you next time. They're not very cuddly, though. I think I missed some context. Mm-hmm. Make that bug like 40 times bigger, and it would be a great war mount. It would be. They can fly as well, so extra cool war mount in that case. Strong little dudes. It's actually an East African slow death black beetle. He's gonna die in 2 hours. Yes. Their little feet are completely studded in micro needles. And those micro needles are completely covered in an extremely but slow acting neurotoxin. And since that little beetle has walked over my hand for at least more than an inch, crossed my palms a few times. So that's at least minimum 5, probably 7 inches of hand coverage means that I have sustained a fatal dose of neurotoxin. East African death beetle. East African slow death black beetle. Jovan, for real. I want a giant wombat. Heck yeah. For me, it's still elephants, right? But I wouldn't want to war mount elephants because they're such beautiful, gentle creatures. I don't want them to be in war or to see war. I think I'm like on team giant dung beetle. I think I'm gonna go on Chauvin's team. Wombat's cool, but we want this like dung beetle to be giant wombat sized, right? Like they're equal size mounts, right? In this game we're playing, and we're also assuming that they can handle the extra weight because that's going to be a pretty big deciding factor. I am also assuming that my dung beetle still maintains the function of its wings. So our mount, me and Jovan's mount, is going to be cooler than yours. Cool wombat. Can wombat dig massive holes though? That's the other question. I'm pretty sure dung beetles can too, but the wombats probably will be faster at it. So you might be able to make yourself underground infrastructure quicker with your mounts. Fine. Fine, I'll concede. We can have both massive dung beetles and also massive wombats. Fine. Ideally, a secretary bird would be the ultimate familiar. I wonder why you say that. Giant earthworm mounts can be turned into an army if you really need them. Um, Again, as I was talking about the whole earth digging thing, I think it would be a little bit rough to be like mounted to a massive worm and like get your face blasted by all the dirt. Love you, friends. I'll see you in the future. Bye, everyone. Stay frosty. Love you, Christian. Thank you for joining us on this stream, bro. It was super nice seeing you here. They're not very cuddly, though, so yeah, like go for terrifying and bloodthirsty over cuddly. And the saddle would slip off. The freaking worms. Worm teeth are terrifying. Oh, yeah. I might need to Google the secretary verb, Joe. That is true. So much love. Hope to see you again soon, Christian. Always great to see you. Bless. Love is true. Love is true. It's nice having you friends here. If you're new, subscribe and like the video, and you might be able to see us again. I'm gonna start another stream, horizontal one, so you'll get to see a little bit more of my environment and a little bit less of my legs. Huzzah! Great success. I love you, friends. I appreciate you for joining me in these moments. Joe, did you get to meet Christian and Johan while you were there? She'll probably let you know herself, but she did. We actually did go through to Johan's place and she got to meet Christian and Johan together. Secretary Bird are super beautiful and absolutely dangerous. Stomping snakes! Oh, of them long ass legs, it's true. Stomping snakes with those long legs and giving death stares with beautiful long eyelashes. Melty, how is Johan, by the way? Johan is good. Johan is probably just getting back into the studying. Let's send Johan a message, actually. Hey, Brother Bear, we're thinking about you. We're talking about you a little bit in the community, too. People are asking how you are, and I would like to know, too, dude. I let them know that you're probably in the thick of it, getting your PhD, your doctors running. Let us know how you're foldering. Sending you so much love. I did LA. They were like old friends. Bless. I'm happy to conclude this stream on such a positive note. Love is true. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me for this one. See you in the next for a little bit more of a conversation about changing everything, changing minds, changing the world, changing how we see the world specifically. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me, and I'll see you again soon, in like a moment from now. Awesome. I choose a Canada Goose. They're badass mofos. They really do not take any shit. And imagine if they were horse-sized. I don't think that would be a fun creature to mess with. I love you, friends. See you in a moment again.